Hello, it's the Migas.
Welcome back to episode 7.
7?
7. It's
7 or
almost
8?
7.
7?
We're in 7. We're halfway through the season.
Almost, right?
I know it's halfway. We do 15, but
halfway through this episode, we'll be halfway through the season.
Exactly.
I had to be analytical.
Yeah.
The numbers. Cuckoo.
So let's start off like we always do with the matcha tea. How was your Valentine?
Valentine was very good, honestly. I wasn't expecting much because a couple days prior to Valentine's, my hubby,
Shout out to Kelvin.
yes, gave me a nice lump sum of money and to help, towards my credit card payments. And he literally said, take that as an early Valentine's Day gift. And I was like, thank you very much. Like, I was like, that is a love language for me. I appreciate it. So I went ahead. So it started off, I guess, really great because obviously financial health is mental health.
That's right.
I'm literally learning to that because like when I'm secure in my finances, it feels so empowering, or when I'm taking the right steps towards my financial goals, it's feeling great. We had the snow day this week, and that was actually the day that Caleb was supposed to have his Valentine's Day party. So he didn't have it then. So obviously he goes to school on the 14th. Normally the party was supposed to be dressed down. I didn't know what was going on because it's also Ash Wednesday and he goes to, a Catholic school. And I knew, I was like, oh, they're not going to do it on that day because of Ash Wednesday. Got it. They're going to do it the day prior. So I was like, you know what? Let me just dress him down. Let me put his Valentine's Day outfit on. And let me also pack his uniform just in case. I just didn't want him to be that kid, just the only one wearing regular clothes. So sure enough, I peep into the classroom. I was like, yep, they're all in uniform. I was like, let's get changed really quick. And then I saw the sign. The teachers do put up the signs, at least in the entry of the classroom. Party was changed to yesterday. But it also helped me go into the admin office and be like, hey, what's going on? Why am I not getting messages, or how do you guys communicate with these parents besides like the website? And then I was informed that I was not signed up for like the school messenger. Apparently you guys signed up in the beginning of the year, and I'm pretty sure I probably got like and it was all in my spam. Literally from September.
So you got the message.
So I did get it, but then I also got the ones. She was like, okay, she's like, no worries, I'm gonna sign you up. So that was taken care of. So I'm glad. And then had the same day of Valentine's, had a brunch with my mom and my sister. It was so cute. We had our own little Galentine's.
That was so cute. I can't get over your mom's
bonnet. Yeah, she was like, she was for the look. She was like, I gotta look like I just woke up.
That's right.
So
all she needs is like, she needs to be a content creator. Like, put it when she gets up in the morning, and like I need that.
Dead ass. I'm about to.
Needs
next time she like sleeps over, I sleep over her house. I'm gonna and it's gonna be hella natural too, because these content creators are setting up for themselves and pretending to like wake up. I'm gonna catch her actually like super live, like eye boogers and all, drool. No, she wakes up pretty beautiful. I was like, she's a natural. So we did that, and then so I had everything already kind of like set up for V-Day. So I was like, oh, we could do something later, like when the boys get home. And then Kelvin says, hey, like let's go out to eat, and I'm like, you sure? And he was like, yeah, call this restaurant. So I called them, of course. Like the only reservation I think they had was like for 4 p.m. And I didn't take it. So I texted him. I was like, the only thing they had was 4 p.m. Then he was like, that's fine. But he answered me like 20 minutes later. So I called the restaurant back that it was already taken. Jeez. So then the girl was like, call back like in an hour. I'm like, fine. And then at the same time, he was like, oh, what's his other restaurant? So I tried them, but I was like, let me just go directly online. And I saw they had something for 4:30. So I was like, that's it. And I was like, it's perfect. We could go pick up Caleb from school, literally take him straight there. And as you guys saw, I also set up that bouncy house for him from this one influencer. Her name is Morgan. I did tag her on my stories. If you guys want me to re-tag her, let me know. She has amazing content.
No, we always put her in the show notes.
Yeah, she's a military wife. So she has twin boys, roughly like around Caleb's age, and she's pretty much like does it all on her own while her husband is constantly deployed. And I believe he's in, I think, the Navy. So they have like constant, or I think the Air Force, like deployments, they go away for like three months, 6 months. It's not like the Army or the Marines where you go away like for a year on a deployment. So he's like constantly out. And it's just amazing. Like, again, all the things that she does. Like, I love her routine videos. So yeah, then we got back home, obviously, to that surprise of the bouncy house for Caleb. And that's pretty much how our Valentine's Day went. I'm trying to see if there was like anything else. I don't know. How was yours?
It was good. I went into the office that day, and I brought my colleague a little basket. I was like,
so cute.
It's just her and I. So I'm like,
so cute.
You know, I'm like, here you go. And she's like, oh my God. I got her the spray hand sanitizer. So she was happy.
So her love language is a love basket.
Like, yeah, here you go. I did do all the classmates for Oliver and for Alina little things that I showed it on my personal story that I spent like, I think it was like $16 or something at the Dollar Tree to make like 30 things.
That's amazing.
So I was like,
you love a good deal.
Yeah, we do. And then I made the teachers one. So I actually took the chiffon ribbon and put their name in gold. So cute.
You gotta like post all this stuff.
I know. The thing is,
post it before the end of the month, just so it's there.
Yeah.
Because it's always good to look back on. Like, Nora, can you take pictures of what you did last year?
I craft a lot, guys. I craft so hard.
That'd be a shirt.
Yeah,
put on the shirt.
I craft so hard. Then what did I? So after I left work, so my colleague left at like 3:30, and I was like, great, because I'm gonna get Fina here too. I'm like, bye. So I went so I can make Berto's basket, and I was like, I have to go. So I went. I got him the sunglasses that he's already lost 4 pairs of.
This is your last pair,
last pair, man. So he's lost a few, and it pisses me off because he actually took his first pair from me. I had gotten them, like I had some points at work and I got them and I was like, oh my God, these are the ones I've been wanting. And he was like, ooh, these fit my face. I like them. And I'm like, why? But anyways, we got it for him. And then I got him, boxers, socks.
The essentials.
The essentials. You got to do what you got to do. And then a card. And then I come home and then he's like, your bag is on the table. And I was like, I don't basket. But he actually ended up getting me the Chestnut Springs book series, which I'm so excited. Nice. It has like 6 books. So I was like, and he got me the actual covers that I wanted.
Nice.
I did send him a screenshot. So there. Okay. And then he went and got me a beautiful Michelle watch. Yeah, it's like it's like blush pink. No. It's a blush pink, so it's very nice and springy summer, whatever.
Feminine, softer era.
And he knows I'm very plain with my clothing, and like I like really nice pieces. Like I won't just buy things to like. If you guys see, I wear my necklace like. I'll wear my necklace to the ground. Like, it is the same shit over and over and over again, and I'm very particular. So when he bought it at first, I was like. Watch because I have other Michelle watches, but I'm like, maybe this is a sign that I need to start wearing my other watches because
especially like going out, Migas events.
That's right. And it's funny because this one makes me feel like a spy kid. So
I know. I'm like, look at the size of the screen.
Oh yeah. Well, I have like the most miniature hands.
But
yeah, no, it was really, really nice. I mean, one year he actually upgraded my engagement ring, but he actually showed up with 2 bottles of Apothic, and I thought that was my gift, and I was freaking over the moon. And then when he showed me the bag, I was like, "Oh, what you got at Jared?" And then when I look, I'm like, "Oh, maybe a necklace."
He went to Jared.
We always go to Jared, and he shows it, and it's my ring. I sobbed. I have the video. I sobbed uncontrollably. I was like, but
how did you cry?
But yeah, no, it was good. It was a nice one. I mean, with the snow and everything, that kind of
right, yeah.
And then what else did I do? So I set up for the kids their little romantic table.
So cute.
I literally asked them. I was like, "What would you like?" Like it was like on the menu. And then Oliver was like, "Quesadilla." And I was like, "Okay." And then Alina was like, "Chicken nuggets again." And I was like, "Okay." And then Zoe. Fry. And I was like, that's cool. So I have the Tyson heart nuggets and fries and broccoli because I'm a good mom. So I gave them a green. Did they eat it? Who knows? But it is what it is. It's there. It was on the plate. right?
I was like the nutrients were just sliding over into the nuggets. They were crawling.
Yeah, they were like,
let's go.
Get in there.
These kids are not going to eat the broccoli. Let's hop on the nuggets. Imagine.
So I had theirs, and then for
wait, did you make the heart-shaped pasta?
Yeah, I was making it throughout the month because like I do my my broccoli, my broccoli and butter pasta, and that's what I was using. And then I said,
when it cooked, like it looks so, I love it.
It didn't go like
because I was like some of those shapes are
no, it did good. And then for Berto and I, we did a surf and turf with broccoli and rice and all that, and we sat down and watched the shenanigans that is Love Is Blind. So
so wait. I think I watched you said because when I was watching your stories, there's only 2 seasons of it.
No, there's 6.
Oh, that's why I was very confused because I was like, I only watched the first season years ago.
So there's 6 seasons.
Okay, never mind. I was like, there's only 2. I was like, I can catch up. I was like, never mind.
There's 6 seasons, but you want to watch it because it is a dumpster fire. And Liz, girl. Her and I have this conversation all the time. Liz is one of our amazing listeners. She's awesome.
Oh, I'm here like Liz. I thought that was one of the characters. No, gotcha. Liz, we love you. We love you, Liz.
So, there is a narcissist on that. I like we were getting Ike and Tina vibes. Like that's what it's feeling like. Then there's one guy that's like literally.
A quick fun fact about narcissists that you think that they're born that way, but they're actually made in childhood.
Yes.
Isn't that nuts?
Yeah.
We'll have another episode about that, but little caveat, little fun fact. Yeah. Do your research on it. Mel Robbins has a podcast on it completely.
And it's all clinical stuff.
Yes, it's crazy. And it's actually from an attorney, like one of the big attorneys, and she's a female as well, how she handles narcissists in the freaking courtroom.
Jesus.
Boss is shit. And those are things like psychologically, like you need to know when you're in that type of field. Mm-hmm. That's how you become an even doper freaking attorney. Like knowing psychologically, I got a narcissist on my hand. How to navigate.
I heard that episode. I did.
Right.
I did.
I think I listened to that shit twice. Yeah. That's how good it was.
Yeah. No, I listened to that episode. Okay. So.
So you were saying about Love Is Blind.
I
cut you off.
Sorry. So.
Got you.
Yeah. Bring you back on track. So and then there's another couple that this man was, he wanted two different women, and he pretty much was saying what did he say? He's forcing, saying that he loves this girl that he picked, Chelsea. And the thing is, Chelsea's she's not attractive. It's not that she's not attractive, but this girl straight up said that she looks like Megan Fox. And she does not.
I think I saw you post something. And I was just like,
yeah, she literally was she's like, oh yeah, I've been told that I look like Megan Fox. And then he was like, oh. But the girl that he was talking to, Jessica, she is hot. She's on fire. And she's a single mom. But she's a very present single mom. She is my world is about autumn. She told him, she didn't come out the gate in the first episode, the first time they meet on their date, I have a kid. No. Yeah. Let's get to know it, because this is an intimate thing. Sharing that you have a child or whatever. She didn't wait till date 10 to tell him. She waited till she was like, okay, I like this guy. I'm gonna tell him. Once she says it, this man was like, what? You have a child? But then he strung her along, which is crazy. If you guys did not watch this and I'm spoiling this for you, that's shame on you, because it's been on. So that's not my fucking problem.
Spoil for me, because I'm still on season 1.
She's like, I don't even know what's going on. No, but by the time you get to that season, you're gonna forget everything. So you're gonna be like, oh,
no, I remember this. I remember this. It's literally on the interwebs,
but I feel so bad because he saw her, he saw Chelsea, and I think he was like, this bitch lied to me. She says she looked like Megan Fox, and she does not. She looks like Megan Fox's toe. it is ridiculous. Don't lie. But the thing is, she's pretty. She is very.
I did see. I was like, she's not not a looker. I can look at her. Intermission, real quick. She has to check a message.
Sorry,
if you're watching this. I know a lot of you originally are listening, but remember, we are on YouTube. You can catch us live, see all of our mannerisms and our facial expression.
So now let's get to the episode at hand. Now I have to start it again.
Oh, that's why I was just
Yeah,
like,
it's not 3 minutes. That's 30 minutes. That's 2 words.
you saw my face.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute.
No way. Like Caleb says, no way.
We actually just wanted to have a mental health check-in with you guys, with each
With
other,
ourselves, yeah.
because life be life. Like,
But God be blessing. I forgot. I know. Alex, she reposted something like that, and I was just like, I like that. She was like, I don't like be lifing, but the blessings be blessings or something like that. I forgot exactly what it was. I was like, keep talking. I'll see if I find it because it was so good.
So good. So I mean, listen. I feel like with mental health being in the forefront a lot lately, checking in and everything, everybody has something. Everybody is going through something. And
so
okay.
Although life be lifing, God be Godding too.
Oh, snap.
So,
love that. That needs to be on a shirt.
So that's why I was like, I like that because again, we keep hearing life be lifing, okay, but like again, I'm feeling that like that's part of that toxic culture. I was like, it seemed a little toxic and negative to me. So I was just like, when I saw this, I was like, yeah, this is it.
God be God.
Screenshotting because like, I don't want to forget it.
But to be honest, for me personally, like I've been feeling ever since, what is it now, 138 days of what's going on in Gaza.
Yeah.
Like ever since day one, it's been weighing on me, and it just keeps getting worse and worse. Like you would think like, oh, it can't get any. No, it does. It does. And my mental health is taking a horrible toll because that's all I'm consuming, because that's all I'm looking for to see, because I don't want to look away.
Right.
Like at one point, like my therapist said, you have to stop. No, I tried, and I'm like, I can't.
Right.
I can't consciously like do that, knowing I have 3 children.
Right.
Like seeing these
and
mothers,
you'd rather be in the know than be oblivious to it like the rest of
Exactly. And the thing is, it's like when you see these children, they may not be yours, but you see your children and other children. And that's the thing, like when they're holding babies, I see Zoe. When they're a little boy wearing a Superman shirt, I see Oliver. A little girl like just smiling through everything, I see Alina. I'm like, I just don't, like, is the world fucking blind? Like, are they blind? Like,
yes, I'm gonna say yes. It's because again, like we were talking before this episode, it's just like how we're thinking.
Yeah,
you are thinking that the rest of the world is thinking that way, or your peers are thinking that way, and that's not the case. And that goes with a lot of things, and especially this.
Yes, so that's really taken a huge toll on my mental health and just other things. Like, I mean, we're very transparent. And we try so hard, but there's some things it's like, I'm sorry, love you guys, but it's none of your business, because it's what I need to do and take care of myself, because the land of social media, trying to be a public figure and trying to be out there and share as much as we can. Yeah, we're going to share what we want to share and what we feel like compelled to share, because at the end of the day, like, you get one life, you're doing your best to go through it and make it that not a perfect life, but a life that suits you, a life that you dreamed of. Because when you're a kid, it's like, what do you dream of? Like, I dream of being motherfucking happy.
And what does that entail? Like on a daily basis,
exactly.
What does that entail?
And the thing is, like, you have to also be very specific.
Hell yeah.
Like,
because the universe is listening.
God is listening
to like, every single thing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you first, how your mental health, girl?
How my mental health? I guess specifically, like in this moment, I want to say it's okay. Like, let's say from a 1 to 10, right now in this moment, it is an 8 because I'm feeling, I guess, proud of what I've been able to like do and shift in the mindset. Because one thing that I told you, I was really listening to the Mel Robbins podcast, like the first one she dropped this year. And that one person, I don't know if it was a doctor, who it was, a therapist, she was talking about laundry and dishes. She was like, it's never done because it's a cycle. It's something that consistently needs to be happening. So just that, like changing it from done to cycle. And I literally was talking to Calvin about this the other day. I was like, this is a constant thing that we always have to be doing. Again, this is part of the maintenance of your home and part of and the maintenance of your mental health. Because like obviously a sink full of dishes, you're like, oh, like some people are like can just walk by and not bother them. I kind of got there, but then I was like, no, it's still bothering me. Like I know, like right now I have dishes in my sink. Like there's a couple of them, but I'm thinking about it. So I know when I get home, I was like, it's just a cycle that I need to it just needs to get done. And it just needs to be taken care of. I know I literally have laundry sitting in my dryer that's been sitting there for 2 days. So I know those are things, but it's a cycle. Now that I'm seeing it as a cycle and not so much a chore, that has been like, okay, I'll get to it. I'll make it part of my cycle for today. If I don't do it today, then I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not sitting there like letting it just be a cloud on my day and interrupting what I'm currently doing in the moment. And that's the other thing too. I've been trying to be more present and more focused. Like even earlier before this podcast, I had to go do an errand and I was just like, how can I be present right now in this moment? Instead of like being on my phone because I had to sit there and wait. I was like looking around. It was my first time in that space. I was like looking at the different signs and I was just like, I even found like one funny sign and I was just like, Dominicans. It literally said, because like you get your picture taken here. And it literally said, please remove all accessories, earrings, I don't know what it said, like nose things, hair clips, scarves, glasses. And I was just like, hella Dominican with all the things. And I was just like, oh, I have to take off my hair clip. I have to take off this. I didn't have to take a picture today. Yeah, I didn't have to take a picture today, but I was like, now I know when I come next time, I'll just wear like small little studs because I would have probably had to stay here and take off these things. So I want to say as of right now in this moment, my mental health is at an 8. And because I feel secure and accomplished in my goals for the week. And again, I'm just taking it in this little chunk. And I know we're going to dive into what has been helping us. So I don't want to, jump the gun, but how is your mental health? How are you feeling today, right now in this moment? I know you tapped into a little bit just before.
Today, right now, I feel like I'm at a 3, borderline 4.
Okay.
It's just been overwhelming, everything that I have. I feel like my to-do list is literally always getting stuff added to it, like without my permission. Like it's just shit I have to do. And it's things that need to get done. And it just keeps getting, and it's like work related things. And like, it's like my actual responsibility. And between like my kids' school, because they go to 2 separate schools, and like just being an autism mom, that already is like, because you get asked these questions like, did you do XYZ? And it's like, of course I fucking did that. But there's parents that don't. And then It's like, when you don't do that one thing, it's like, gotcha, you didn't do this, and you're like, fuck, okay, so now that's another thing I have to do. Great, perfect, let's add it onto the list. Trying to be a present mom, trying to be a present partner, trying to be a present podcast host, try to be, a present employee, trying to be a present daughter, I'm like, I have literally a hat store and only one head. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I feel like the mental toll that it's taking, like I've been very open about it. My medication, like it's just not medicating. Like it's not keeping up with what I need. It's actually bringing me down. And I had gone to the Poconos last weekend. And that entire time I was telling Alberto, I'm like, I feel like they think I'm antisocial, but I'm just so on all day long that all I want to do is like sit and read. Like that is to be honest, if it was up to me, I would take a day or 2 days and speak to nobody. Just be by myself. And I feel like that would be a nice recharge for myself. Like, would I miss my kids? Yes. Would I miss yes. But then I'm like, fuck these kids. I just want to be myself. Like,
no, you're coming back to them again, recharge, re-energize to do it again. And even though as soon as you step in the door, that battery may be completely drained again. You're like, okay, at least it was recharged for 48 hours. Yeah. Now back to reality.
Yeah, back to the regular.
I wanted to ask you because I was gonna ask you off the podcast, but fuck it, I'm gonna ask you now because I saw that Pam posted a reel, and then you said you made a comment about the roast of Nora. I didn't know my friend.
No.
Because,
We
because like, since you mentioned the whole thing about feeling antisocial, I was like, did it have to do with that? Like,
No.
Okay.
So what? So
Let's clear the air.
anytime I have little drinks, I'm already chatty, but I get super chatty, like super chatty.
See?
And
like I've experienced.
And the thing is, it's like I like to think I'm funny, so I'm like, hell yeah. So we were talking about our kids and like this season that they're in, where like I'm just so worried about Ali experiencing bullying. And I had remembered I got to a family party, and this little girl literally went up to another little girl that they're related to us and said, "Don't talk to him. He's weird." And I'm watching this whole goddamn thing happen in front of me, right? And I'm like, I'm not gonna say her name. And I'm like, that's not nice. And then she's like, whatever, and walks away. And I'm like, great.
Was she like Ollie's age?
She's a little older. I think like 2 years older, right?
So.
Yeah, but you guys know that your girl is petty. So she
Not even that. It's just your mama bear.
Yeah. So I was like, okay. And then the other little girl was trying to play with him, and she goes up to her again, and she's like, "What did I tell you? Don't play with him." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Then they're running around the room, and she just so happens to run in front of me, and I put my foot out, and she fell. And I was like, "¿Qué pasa? Wow." And
these are confessions.
Yeah, and I was like this.
Motherhood confessions.
I told you, don't mess with my kid. Okay? Like, don't mess with my kid.
You told her that?
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what happened. Like, she has 2 left feet.
I would have told the parent straight up.
But the thing is, I had already had the conversation with the parent multiple times because we've had issues. The very few times we've seen these people, because I don't bring my kids. And I was telling them, I hate kids' birthday parties because of this. And then we had another one that the kids were a little older, and they were like, "Oh, he's just so annoying." And I'm like, "Sir, I have known you from when you were in fucking diapers. You're fucking annoying." Like, let's not. And
let's admit it. All kids at one point are freaking.
Oh yeah, no, my kids are annoying as fuck. And I'm like, yeah, but I could say it internally. I don't tell them to their faces that they're annoying. Right. It's just that but like that makes me feel bad being bullied as a kid, and still like I'm not even 20% healed from the nonsense that these fucking pieces of shit put me through. And if you're listening to this, you know who you are because you're a piece of shit, and you're still a piece of shit. But anyways, like that, like every time I have the conversation with my therapist, and I'm like, I can't get over not feeling worthy because of these see you next Tuesdays that I used to have to deal with on a regular basis at school. Like they literally, bullying as a millennial they were ruthless. And the thing is, I feel like Hollywood had a lot to do with it because they're bullying on like TV,
right?
And
like
movies.
It was normal.
It
was normal,
but it was like extreme. Like Carrie, really? Like if somebody put pig's blood in, I'm sorry, you're psychotic. Like, why was that even a movie? Like, are you fucking crazy? Like, come on, those crazy things. And it's like being a mom now and being more aware of what's going on because we have the time to spend, we're making the time to spend with our kids. That is an ultimate fear for me. So it's like, not only am I dealing with my own mental health and depression, I'm trying to make sure that my kids' mental health is strong. Like I'm checking my feelings when I feel pissed. Because yesterday I was so pissed off that I was treating the kids like they were adults. Like I was like, bro, get in here. Like, and I was just so done because I'm overstimulated. Yeah. The overstimulation is at a point where I'm like, I can't. Like, can I just run in the backyard and roll down my backyard?
Maybe that will release some.
I was rolling all of Max's shit. Well, no thanks.
You'll pick up his shit and drop your shit. Like, just drop my shit, but picking up new shit. Life cycle.
Yeah, it's been like this phase. I think it's also because I'm in therapy and like everything's coming up into the surface. So I'm like reliving all the what is it? The compressed or suppressed trauma. Like I've always been so good at like, it's not gonna bother me. No, I'm not even gonna think about it. I don't want to think. And now it's like, no, it's coming up, and that's like it's pissing me off. And I'm like, I don't know how to handle it. And like, I know I have the tools because when I talk to it's like I'm in school. I'm like, yeah, we do X, Y, Z, element of P.
Yeah, but one thing is knowing, and another thing is doing.
And the thing is, like, I try to do it. And then sometimes I feel like, oh, like this is not working for me, or like it's not for me. but why is it not for me? Why isn't it not working for me? Like journaling, I should be a fucking world-class journaler because I love to write. I love to read. Like I love doing that. But it's when it comes down to it, I'm like, today fucking sucked. The world sucks.
but that's fine. And then, but as you're dumping, like let's say like that negativity on that page, then I think the work there is how to twist it into something like one fucking thing. Yeah, the world sucks, but I'm alive today or something like that. I know it's just fucking really simple, but I'll go more into it when we talk about like what we've been listening to, stuff like that. Because there's one thing that I heard this week and I was just like, oh, that makes sense. It was about like the words that we speak out loud and even the words that we're writing down about the whole like universe. And because sometimes it seems like a lot of freaking like hoopla, very like
new agey.
And I'm just like, and I'm like that's I've tried it. It was like, it's not for me. Not for me. It's a no for me. You know, like sound baths and all that. Like it feels very cool, but like I'm
uncomfortable.
Like and probably for good reasons. Because probably we need.
You know what I always think though, to not like no kidding. Like whenever I see that, I'm like, it's not quite. What if someone farts? Like what?
And that'll probably be me. No?
Like break the.
You think you the shit? You're not even a fart.
Like, but that's what I'm saying. Like you're sitting there. And
I've been to yoga classes where people are so relaxed. It's just like, but it's not just one person. It's just hilarious. I'm like, okay, well, I guess we're really comfortable.
No, if someone did that and it smelled, I would literally vomit.
This is not. No, thank you. I didn't. It was just like I think it was just air. Like it was just natural air from the position. I was like just really releasing. But going back to it, it's just one thing that really stuck to me is just like, you know, again, when people are sitting there and like constantly in that victim mentality, like, why me? Why this? Why am I not deserving? All that shit that you're putting out there, literally just like the universe is like, okay, that's what you deserve. That's what you want.
Yeah.
Instead of saying, I again, and it goes back to the kind of the affirmation things. But again, this, and I'll send you the video as well to this one. This shit went like deep, where I was just like, oh, okay, like again, something clicked there, something aligned, and it was just like that, like speaking into just like abundance, and it's part of the whole manifestation thing. But again, this goes deep because again, people they're just brushing the surface on manifestations. Like, okay, like what the hell do I do? How do you say things? What words should I not use? And that was one of the biggest things is like, why me? Like, why not? Just like, again, like that little word change. Like I said, dump all that shit and then be like, okay, like how can I rephrase it? The world fucking sucks. But then like, rephrase it in a way that makes sense to you, that's enlightening, or like that helps you see it in a different way. And again, I know it's just like sometimes it seems like a lot of hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-bee-bee. But shit, I'm willing to try it, and if it doesn't work, okay, it doesn't work. It didn't work. I didn't see no abundance show up.
No, but I mean, I've done that before. Honestly, it's just where I am right now.
You know, I feel like it's just been a lot of stuff has just been dumped like back to back for you. So it's hard to see the light in all of that. Absolutely. Again, because like, and it goes back to that saying, which I fucking hate. Oh, when it rains, it pours. Then you're attracting more of that pouring into your life, and it's just like, okay, rain and pours, but I got an umbrella.
Yeah. Well,
I got my rainbow.
I need a fucking poncho.
That's what I'm saying.
I need a bubble. I need the whole damn thing. I need
a
bomb shelter. Like,
but again, and you're saying those are actual physical things, but in a sense, it's a metaphor. Okay, like what's your bomb shelter? Like all these things are gonna keep coming at you, but what are you protecting yourself? What are you using to protect yourself? Like, yeah, that's crazy. I gotta fucking do that. That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get it done, and then boom, move on to the next thing. And that's kind of again, but this has been like a year or two of me, processing shit that way, and not like I said, even further back to like the whole experience just with. Oh, you okay?
Yeah, I just like
cramping
my hips.
Like the whole experience, like with Caleb in the hospital.
Yeah,
I could have literally sat there and let that shit victimize my entire motherhood experience. And then I was just like, then again, it just goes back to like looking at my own resiliency, like in what phases of my life was I resilient? Like what, and sometimes it's very small things, sometimes it's bigger things. And again, sharing those experiences with your friends that are in alignment with that mentality, be like, Like I was speaking to my girl Justenia. She has literally been a godsend angel. I want to say like this past entire year of my life. She was like, girl, I'm so proud of you because
Aww.
I know you weren't in that space last year. Like you weren't thinking like that last year. You know, again, friends that are holding you accountable. And I was just like, oh damn. Like I didn't think it would be a thing that I should be proud of. But like again, those outside influences remind me like, no, you did that.
Yeah.
Even though it may just seem like one small thing, but again, that one small thing like set me in a trajectory for better things. But again, it's just little ass freaking things.
Yeah. Well,
you know,
everything I'm still continuously experienced. They're not little. They're just
no. I'm saying the little steps to adjust.
Yeah. I mean, I try, but then it's like
you fall right back into
yeah. So we'll see how it goes, but it is.
You can do this. I'm gonna make it your life.
But yeah, so there's like a mental health checklist, mind you. We're both in there.
We are.
It's it's easy to say this, but it's the consistency piece. Like that's what it is. And for me, I know I have all the tools in the toolbox, but like I'm missing the material because I don't have time to go get it. And that's where I am right now. Like I can do my like morning routine, my night routine, which I was so good at. I was journaling, I was doing my facial stuff, like whatever, taking time for myself and everything. But I truly feel like when I was a stay-at-home mom for a brief period, like that's where I thrived. Because I was like finding things to be busy, but they were things that filled my cup and they were productive. Like for me, I'm very grateful for my work, but I just feel like, okay, it's just something I'm doing. Like I would love to have something that it's just, I can work, but it's for me and I can pour into my kids because that's where I am right now. So pouring into my kids and seeing them happy and understanding them and everything will in turn allow me to understand myself because I'm like seeing myself through them. But I got a big girl job.
But even now, like you are that self-awareness.
Yeah.
It's
extremely self-aware.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and then now it's just holding yourself then accountable for the consistency in whatever routines or patterns you need to create for yourself on a daily basis.
It also doesn't help that I have severe ADHD. So once I start something, like I can hyper focus or I can be extremely disconnected. There is literally no middle.
No,
it is black and white. And that's just how my brain is wired. Like I hyper focus on something, I get it done. It has to get done right there. If not, then like it's gone. It is fucking gone. And it's like, that's a frustrating way to live. It's so frustrating because it's like I live my life on lists. And if there's one kink in the cog, like one little thing, one disruption, that's it.
Okay, I'm not doing
it. Yeah, that's it. I'm done. Like, and that's not something I feel like I have the mental space and the bandwidth to control at this moment because there's just so many other things. Like I was able to suppress and control it when I was younger because I only had to worry about myself. I worry about my mom and dad and all that shit. But like now it's like my mom and dad, my sisters, my kids, my husband, the house, the other house, my other shit, like work. Like I'm like, like it's a lot. And it's to the point where it's like I'm running on fucking fumes and I don't have anywhere to go to figure it out. But I might just book myself 2 days away from everyone and shut off my people. Are like, did you die? No.
Seriously. Do like even if it's just like a cheapy motel kind of thing or hotel.
Yeah,
no, whatever. I mean, it don't matter. You could get it at a fucking 5-star thing. I'm just saying, so it is budget friendly. I mean, some of these
at hotel.
Well, there you go.
Do a motherfucking Airbnb. I need a whole motherfucking house. How many people want?
Or just even if you just get like a cute, like little, like luxury condo, like that has all the amenities.
I go in with my little roller, and they're like, "You brought so many things. It's all books."
But even like when you get like one of those like condos that have the amenities, like the Concourse Club, that has a hotel, but I think they have a pool there. So no, that's okay. I'm here trying to upper her fucking budget. She's here like fuck it.
No, I'm gonna go to DR. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay.
You're gonna be reading books there because you're gonna give me a cerveza.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a cerveza with a book. What the fuck? I can do this. So here are just some questions. We'll put them in the show notes just to check in. So, how am I feeling today? What's been worrying me lately? Am I providing my body with its basic needs? Water is water. Iced coffee is iced coffee. You need water. Like, are you hydrating?
Oh, the ice.
No.
No, they actually say when you drink a cup of coffee like that, you need to like drink. I forgot what the actual like ratio is.
Yeah.
But you need to drink hella water for the amount of
God.
coffee. And I was just like, my personal trainer actually told me that, but I forgot my old personal trainer because I can't afford that shit right now. So and I was like, yeah, but I have ice in there. He was like, no,
that doesn't fucking count.
no. He was like, you need mad water, especially again for like the muscles and that stuff when you're working out. But just even when you're not working out, you need it because this shit is it's a dehydration.
Dehydrator, yeah. What else was I looking for? Okay, what am I doing to bring myself joy? So self-care, and who do I have in my corner? Because we have talked about this many, many times here on the Migas Podcast. Your village is everything, and your village is not just for your kids; it's for you.
Mm-hmm.
That I do lack a lot. I'm not. So
I mean,
we're gonna put
you got me. I was like, now you just need to find like 10 more. Seriously, it's gonna be very hard. No,
I know exactly. So we're gonna put these in the show notes, and just use them as prompts. We do have so Alex, that was on our 2.0 self show episode, created a gratitude journal. So it's a daily gratitude journal, and it's a love letter to myself, and you can get it on Amazon. We'll link it. And if this is, it's the prompts are great. It's just, quick, easy, just to check in with yourself. And then if you're looking for something a little different, there's also the 5-minute journal. Very quick as well.
Literally 5 minutes.
It's 5 minutes. And then if you don't want to go that route to actually purchase something, like if you have a notebook, just check in with yourself on there. And I need to take my own fucking advice because I'm sitting here like giving everybody else.
Do not be a hypocrite.
And then like, I guess like morning and night routines are very, very important. When I used to do them, I used to feel very, very like refreshed, especially like.
Look at that.
Yeah.
So just take a mental note of that. Even if you only have like 2 minutes to do it that one night, but 2 minutes is a long time, but it's also a very short time in your 24 hours.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now we wanted to touch base on, because this actually is something that is super important, and a lot of people have talked about it. It's like what you're consuming, not just food, but what you're consuming daily and what you're watching and listening to plays a big part in your mental health. So for, you could scroll on TikTok, but the good thing is about Instagram and TikTok, like you can scroll certain things. And like, if you're looking for something super fast, like, our brains it's like little sound bites that you want, but we want to share some of the podcasts that we've been listening to, and also, just whatever else we're consuming to get us to that next level, because I'm trying to be at a level 9 or 10 in my mental health. And I have a lot of work to do because life is life, but God is God. And
hey, stay blessed.
Stay blessed.
No, but I think even that, like, that's literally, I think, what we just freaking spoke about. Something, like, in a sense, something negative, but you just switch it to the positive. Because again, negative, life is life, and universe, life is life, and but God got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, so I just zeroed it out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't send me no bullshit.
Exactly.
Don't send me no more bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
So, what are some of the podcasts that you are loving?
Woo! So my dad, he be on his YouTube thing, and normally he's always just watching real estate agents in the Dominican Republic doing tours of like condos and houses.
I love that.
He's there like manifesting his freaking universe of retirement, which is so dope. But sometimes I'm like, yo, like this is like the 10th freaking week that I catch you. He's consistent with his YouTube thing. But the other day, he literally sends me a link, and it's a YouTube video, and I was just like, oh, I was ready to, this is something going on, a project in DR or whatever. No, it was actually one of the episodes from the podcast, The School of Greatness with Lewis. Howes, his name.
Howes.
We don't know yet.
Sorry,
our pronunciation game with these names, so please pardon us. So he sent me the episode with Vivian 2, who is on Instagram. She's Your Rich BFF. And interestingly enough, I randomly have seen her videos, her reels on Instagram. And at first I was like, who is this girl? What the heck is she talking about? Like, what is her credentials? And it was just like random stuff. And of course, I'm always going into the comments, and people, most of the, I guess, the videos I clicked on in the past were very like negative to her or whatever. And she didn't give an F. So I really didn't like bother looking more into her. So then again, when I clicked on this episode, I was just like, the name of the episode is literally Investing Expert, how I went from $0 to $1 million by 30. So age 30. So I was just like, I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, my dad is also into his investment videos, Bitcoin, all that jazz. So I was like, okay, this is his other, I guess, niche on YouTube. So I'm thinking that I'm going to click on this and I'm going to just hear about investing and money and this and that. No, I was completely taken back. The way that this girl thinks just gave me a whole new perspective on life, on relationships, on self-worth, self-confidence, that even Lewis himself, who was the podcast host, was like, the entire episode, just like, wow. He like literally like speechless, because he was just like, holy crap, I never saw it that way. I never saw it this way. And she talks about everything. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but again, that episode, and it took me about 3 days to finish it because it's an hour and 15 minutes. So I was like breaking it up throughout my week, in between work, in between washing the dishes, this and that. And a lot of things that stuck out to me, like, and I love it because also at the end he asked like 3 random questions. But it was more, he said, how he asked is, when you're gone, like when your body has left, or your soul has left, or whatever, when you freaking pass away. Okay, I was trying to word it in a different way, but anyways, he was very morbid. So I was like, okay, Louis, I see you people, you morbid, you my morbid peeps. He said, what are 3 things that you would want, like, to, like, kind of like your legacy or be known of, or advice? And the 3 things that she said, again, I'm not going to spoil it for you. I'm going to leave this cliffhanger. Wow. But please listen to the entire thing. Don't skip to the last 3, because it's part of who she is. And she's now, and of course, I started following her on Instagram, started following him as well, because again, his stuff will always pop up for me as well. And I see that she's like about to get married, and it just tied in so well with everything that she was speaking on this episode. So that has been a game changer for me this week. In this past month, I've been listening to a lot of Jim Rohn. I feel like he is like the OG of personal development. And he had, again, like, everyone's story is these people came from nothing. And that's one thing, going back to Vivian too, Your Rich BFF. A lot of people perceive her on Instagram as, oh, you're a trust fund baby. That's mom and daddy money. No, she literally started from scratch. And the same thing with Jim Rohn. He's like, I'm a country boy. I think he's like from Kentucky or whatever. My parents didn't know none of this or whatever, but he just connected himself with the right people and the right mentors. And I didn't even know it. Like, one of the recent ones that I heard, his mentor, he just only met him for 5 years and his mentor passed. So, but the fact that he was able to obtain so much knowledge and so many golden freaking nuggets from his mentor that helped his trajectory of life. Mind you, he's had many failures, like many successful people, but they don't sit there and let their failures break them. They literally sit there and be like, okay, how can I bounce back from this? And one of the things that he said in one of the episodes was, life is continuous problems. There's problems. He's like, it's like the waves of the ocean. He's like, the waves come and go. He's like, problem, crisis. There's a crisis. Oh my God. Then again, problem, crisis. And that crisis can be, a crazy, like, financial thing, a family death or a friend's death. And it's just like, again, but life is going to continue to go on. And it's crazy because I remember like talking about my dad when everything started happening in Gaza. I was telling him, trying to just in an educated way to inform him. But he literally said it. At first I was like, damn, what the hell? Like, that's heartless. But now, like, looking back at it, I was like, and I know he didn't mean it that way. He literally says, yes, I understand that that's going on to me, but life goes on. And I'm like, huh? Like, hey, like, you still got to get up in the morning. You still got to take care of your household. You got to take care of yourself. Like, it'll pretty much like, you can't give up.
Yeah.
I think that's how I saw. At first I was just like, damn, I was just like, you're not a heartless man. Like, that sounded very heartless. But now I was like, I understand how, because like the same thing, I was just like fully immersed, and I still am fully aware of what's going on, how many days it's been. But I was like, that is right now, I can't center all of my attention on that because of how it was draining me.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it was also making me so grateful for my son.
Yeah.
Even though, again, they do these annoying little things that trigger you and make you want to yell and scream, or make you yell and scream, and and you say that you don't tell your kids they're annoying. I have told Caleb several times, you annoying.
I mean, I've said it to them before. I tried really hard.
Yeah,
yesterday we did not.
Yesterday I didn't. That's the other day before. But that's like, again, the reality of it. And again, going back to the whole Jim Rohn thing about life is a consist of problems. And again, like those to-do lists, sometimes there's problems on there, and those we just got to get solved. Check, move on to the next.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess once you like tell your brain that, like there's gonna be, okay, we solved this one problem, but tomorrow there's gonna be another problem. It's just, again, preparing yourself with that armor in a sense, like, I did this already. That shit was mad annoying. Fuck it, I gotta do it again. Let's just go through it. Let's do it. Let's get it out the way and have fun. Like, one of my biggest things too for mental health that works for me, and then when I don't do it, I'm like, doing the hardest shit first thing in the morning when it comes like to work tasks, when it comes to just different things. I'm realizing that thing is different, but that's fine. So yeah, and then the days that I don't do it, I'm literally kicking myself in the ass for it. But I'm like, all right, it's fine. We didn't get to it today. I'll put it in practice again tomorrow. But again, the consistency of remembering that every day and knowing that it's helps me with my mental health. Yeah. Like, for instance, like if I have to do like any crazy heavy errands or like doctor's appointments or whatever, I've been learning like the earlier I book those doctor's appointments and just get it out the way. Yeah. Like when I have like those afternoon doctor's appointments, I'm like, ugh. Yeah. Like I'm realizing, I was like, the earlier the better. It's just stuff. It just gets out the way. Yeah. I could go home and enjoy a fucking coffee. You know, like those little like rewards. Yeah. But again, it's just, I guess, like aligning your days like that and seeing like, okay, morning appointments work for me today, or like on my weekly schedule that week. I don't know, that month. Just put me in the morning. Just put me in the morning.
I also feel like when you do it in the morning, it's like you have the rest of the day. When you do it midday, you're waiting for it. Yeah. And then you're just like, I can't do anything. Yes. Because if it goes over.
Yes, absolutely. And then another one is, and this one I stumbled upon. I think it came up after one of the Jim Rohn episodes. It's called Master Your Mind with These 7 Powerful Mental Models. And it's by Vishen Lakiani. So I will post everything in the show notes. And now he's, of course, algorithm. He's coming up on my, like, whenever I click on YouTube stuff, he's coming up. And at first, this one, I was just like, okay, let's see what it's about. Because I'm, again, thinking it's going to be another one of those videos. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this right now. But he focused on the universe stuff and the whole thing. And again, it's just like stuff that you're always hearing, but hearing it from a different perspective or explained differently. It's the same freaking topic, but it was just explained like in his terms. And he just put it so like eloquently. I can't even say it. Eloquently. That I was just like, oh, like eloquently and like also easy to understand. What's that word? Like when it's just like, I forget, like layman's term. Yeah, like, there you go. Yeah. I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be professional and educated and expand my vocabulary, because that's one thing that Jim Rohn speaks about: making yourself a more marketable person. Right. And personally, and also in work. And then Vivian too, like again, these three people in podcasts and stuff that I'm talking about. Well, Jim Rohn is not really a podcast. It's just more like just personal development videos. They truly, now that I'm here talking about it, they all tie into each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, again, so beautiful to see that. And now I'm understanding, because I've always heard, like, it's been like 10 years of it. Oh, personal development. I was like, what the crap is that?
Yeah,
like,
it was
what
all
is
woo-woo
that?
before.
Right. But now, like,
it is the forefront. Like, you,
girl,
yeah.
You're a it's game changer for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Tell us what you have been listening to, please.
So, I love listening to personal development audiobooks. So I've done like all of that stuff. But as you guys know, my podcasts, my faves, we have the On Purpose by Jay Shetty, the Mel Robbins podcast by surprise, Mel Robbins. surprise. And then I found this, it's The Purpose Show by Ali Casaza. She is a business woman. And she does talk about personal development. I just really love the fact that, like, her journey, because she used to be like this super conservative individual, really fell back into like religion and would never say like not even one bad word, nothing. And then now, like, she shed herself from so much, so you kind of like see her blossoming. Like, she was, what is that? A caterpillar into a butterfly or whatever. So that's what I'm thinking. And then my girl, Miss Erica Kramer, the Confidence Chronicles podcast. She is raunchy. She is very in your face. She is a New Yorican that moved to Australia.
So cool.
But her life was insane. She lost her first husband, like, tragically. He was in the army, like, and then she had to kind of like deal with all of this, not having a present mother, not having a present father, like trying to bring them all together. Like, her life was wow. Like, when and you know how it is, like in New York, like,
right,
you know, all this stuff. So she moved to Australia and like completely redid her entire life. Now she's happily married, has some kids, and just working on her business. And she was the one who started her podcast literally on Anchor and would plug it into her car. And you would hear the clicker.
The one in her closet too?
No, that's a different one. But like, you would hear her like in her car with the clicker and this and this and all that. And she's like, she was like, I felt compelled to talk today, so I'm just going to talk to you. And then, you know, just her swag, her New York swag. So I love it. And she's grown so much. So I've been listening to her for many, many years, but she's great. But yeah, that's, you know, we want to hear from you guys, hear about your mental health, and, you know, just you don't even have to leave it in the comments. You can send us a DM. You know, we're always here to listen and check in. We're all people, so, you know, I hope so. Right. And, you know, it's a judgment-free zone, just like Planet Fitness. It's a judgment-free zone. And, you know, we just all want to make sure that we are here for each other and truly putting our best foot forward to live our life with purpose.
And fulfillment.
Yes. You know,
and going back to really quick, Jay Shetty, one of the things that always sticks out to me from him is that he said, like, when you see a person, you're inspired by them. And like the same thing with this girl on the podcast. Mm-hmm. Like, you sat there, like, you pretty much like have studied her life and like, wow, like look at her resiliency. She did this, she did that. And what helped her was like, just sometimes it's just changing locations for people. That's like a huge thing. Sometimes, you know, people can, within their same environment or whatever, still grow, you know, like a flower going through the concrete type of thing. Concrete jungle, New York City. I can't freaking stay focused. So he said that, and he said, if, like, let's say, I don't know, let's say you're inspired by us and you want to like study us, like know more about us, anybody, let's say Alicia Keys, you're inspired by her, learn her story, learn how she got to where she is today. Again, and going back to Vivian too, now I want to know more of her. Like, I want to know more of her life, because I was just sitting there and quickly making a quick judgment of her off of a couple of reels on Instagram. And I was just like, and again, that was a mentality from months ago. And I'm like, I'm glad that my dad sent me this and this moment, that I was ready to also receive it and dig more into it. And it's just that's like my tip. Study people who truly inspire you
Mhm.
and don't like obviously like make it feel like it's a competition or anything like that. Healthy, like playful competition is always good, but like when you're fucking competing on those other
become
on that
obsessive,
toxic level, yeah, no, we're not doing that here.
We're not about that. So you can see yourself. There's the Lord. Don't let the door
Don't
hit
hit you
you
on
where
the
the
way.
good Lord split you. So
you know.
chat with us. Come back
Yes.
next week for another episode.
Yes.
And as always, we love you
We
and
love
thank
you.
you for tuning in.
Remember to like, share, subscribe. Oh, okay. Google.
All right. Girl, chill.
I was like, where's she?
Alexa.
This is not sponsored by Alexa. This is sponsored by the me. She wants to talk over us.
Yeah.
Bye.